Hey gamers, we're back with another episode of Let's Create a Competitive Card Game. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the next concept for Relic 14, as well as the initial concepts for Relic 18 and 19. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so it's been a couple weeks since I've done a card art video, so I'll just go ahead and go back over what the effect was for Relic 14, as well as the art description for it, and also go over the effects for Relic 18, 19, as well as their art description. So yeah, so Relic 14, the effect for that was that you would attach the relic to a card and its effects and abilities would be negated. And the art description which I gave the artist was that I wanted a mannequin in a window wearing a regal but cursed looking jacket. Now for Relic 18 and 19, these relics were specific to the Power Guild, which means that only people using power cards can use these relics. So for Relic 18, the effect was that whenever you dealt damage to a card with life, that amount would be increased. And the art description which I gave to the artist was that I wanted a sword that looked like it would do more than just cut you. And I said maybe it would have spikes on it or something like that. And I mentioned that a warrior should be using it. So my idea of this weapon is, if you've ever seen zombie movies and someone has a bat with maybe some barbed wire around it or some spikes or something like that. That was my idea kind of behind this. Now for Relic 19, the effect was that whenever a follower you controlled was destroyed, you would be allowed to put a power token on the target card. And a power token was just a token that would increase a card's attack by 1. Now, the description I gave the artist was that I wanted something which would depict a warrior getting stronger the more his or her allies were defeated. So yeah, with these descriptions, I'll go ahead and hop over to Photoshop and we'll look at the initial concept for Relic 14 first, and then look at the new concept for it. So yeah. Alright, so this was the initial concept for Relic 14, and the one that I ended up choosing was the second one. I did like how it mentioned that this, I'm guessing this is a mirror, and it mentioned that it would be a ghost reflection in the mirror, so I was interested in that description right there and also in seeing this. Now, the third one, I really didn't care for this. I think I mentioned it didn't have any dimension or something like that. It's just a straight on jacket, what it looks like a ghost head. And for the first of the initial concepts, I did like this. However, I like the second one a little bit more. So now, what was I expecting in the next iteration or next concept for Relic 14? Now, as I've said in previous episodes, the artist, she does a really good job of drawing exactly this, but with more detail. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting, just this, but with a little bit more detail, maybe obviously some color, and yeah, that's really all. So we'll go ahead and look at the next concept for Relic 14. Alright, so this is the second concept for Relic 14, and it does look a little bit different from the other second concepts that the artist usually sends over. Usually there's a little bit to a lot more detail, so yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It doesn't seem like it's the second iteration. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. Now it looks like this is in maybe a, I don't know, maybe a shop window, or actually this here looks like the edge of a mirror, and maybe there's a mirror looking into a mirror, so something like a mirror inception or something like that that's getting this, or yeah, I'm not too sure. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm really not feeling this, so I'll tell the artist to go ahead with the next concept for this, as I really have to see this with a little bit more detail. So yeah, we'll go ahead and I guess we'll go ahead and hop over to Relic 18's initial concept. Alright, so these are the concepts for Relic 18, and just to reiterate, the effect was that whenever you would deal damage to a card with life, the amount would be increased by 1, and the description which I gave the artist was that it should be, I believe I said it should be a sword that looks like it would do more than just cut you, maybe have some spikes or something on it, and that a warrior should be wielding it. So all of these are, I guess, images of a sword-like weapon, as it is a relic, so that is the most important part of the picture. With that, let's go ahead and look at each of these. So I like this first one. This first one is pretty neat looking. So it has spikes and looks like she said there's gems in it. So yeah, I like this sword. So this is good. The second one, honestly, I'm not feeling this second one at all. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, I'm not a fan of this. And for the third one, yeah, this is different. This is a different take on a sword. Looks like maybe it has, I guess, part of the sword is coming out on both sides. And I don't know what this is here. Maybe it has more parts of metal spinning around and spikes. So yeah, this third one is it's different. So I'm gonna say number 2 is out, and it is definitely between the first and third one. Now, for some reason, when I look at the first one, I don't know if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, but this reminds me of the Flame Swordsman sword. Like without the spikes, it just looks like something the Flaming Swordsman would have. So for that reason alone, I'm gonna have to eliminate that one. So I'm going to tell the artist to go ahead and proceed with the third one. Now, as far as what I'm expecting this to be like the previous second concepts, where it's really has a lot more detail and is colored in. I hope it's not like Relic 14 second concept, as yeah, I don't think that should have been given as a second concept. But yeah, I'm gonna tell her to proceed with 3. And it does look like she made it have extend out here to guard the hands, but then erased it. I definitely like it more with the cover over here. It makes it look like a little bit more of a fancier type sword. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and look at the first concept for Relic 19. Alright, so this is the first concept for Relic 19. Now, just to go over the effect again for Relic 19, the effect was whenever a follower that you controlled is destroyed, you could put a power token on a target card, and what the power token did is it just increases the card's attack by 1. And the description I gave her was that I wanted something which depicted a warrior getting stronger with the more of his allies that were being defeated. Now I know that is a very that the description is pretty abstract. The artist could really go anywhere with that. And looking at this concept, each one of these, I'm gonna say these concepts are a lot more. They have a lot more in them than any of the previous ones, which, yeah, they look pretty busy. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. So she's pointing out what the relics are slash pendant. So the first one has his on his neck, and looking at this, for some reason I'm getting a heavy Thor vibe. Yeah, and I don't know, these look like maybe zombies or females crawling up on them. It's hard to tell at this point, but yeah, I'm getting a really heavy Thor vibe. So yeah, this is okay. This second one, so he has something on his neck as well. And yeah, this is just straight up, he's just stabbing something, which I don't know why. It's just saying zombie. Maybe I've been watching too many zombie shows. But yeah, this seems pretty basic. This is between the first and the second one. I'd probably pick the first one. Alright, so this third one, I'm guessing the relic is the sword because it's pointing in this direction. So, So I thought these were kind of like people stuck on something, like impelled or something, but they don't look like human shape, so that's interesting. As well as whatever she's leaning on, looks like she's maybe impelling it with, I'm not sure if this is a sword or a pike or something. I'm honestly not sure because she's holding this really close over here, so it doesn't look like a sword. But with that said, I do like this pose, and yeah, it is a female. You can tell by the line work here. This is definitely a female. Yeah, I want to say I like the third one the most. And looking at this concept, I'm honestly thinking of maybe changing the card effect from being when one of your followers is destroyed, you get that power token, to maybe something like the more people that your card kills, the stronger it gets. As this is really what is being depicted here, in my opinion, at least in this third image. It looks like this lady here, or female here, is just destroying everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the artist to proceed with the third one for Relic 19. Now, usually I would do a side-by-side whenever I would get the second concept for one of the images. However, the second concept for Relic 14 is honestly, in my opinion, not very good. So I will not be doing a side-by-side for that. So this will be the end of this video, and if you like these videos, please be sure to like, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. Thanks.